Hey everyone, Michael O'Brien here, and today we're going to be taking a closer look at the Treasure Island book test by Kaleb Wade. Hey everyone, Michael O'Brien here, and welcome back to another magic product review, where my job is to take a closer look at some of the latest and greatest magic on the market and let you know whether or not it's something that I think you should be adding into your act. Now today's video, we're going to be doing another book test review, but for once, it's not going to be a Zanman book test review. I'm going to be reviewing a book test from another excellent mentalist and creator. Of course, I'm talking about Kaleb Wade and his Treasure Island book test. Now, I'm holding up two books here, right? You have Treasure Island, that's going to be the main bit. This is going to be your gimmick. This is the book where all of the methods are going to be performed in. And then you have your sort of kicker pocket Webster's Dictionary reveal, which is really cool as well. Some really cool stuff that you can do with this. And it all flows so seamlessly together. You're going to have three main methods packed into this book, right? One of them is going to use the kicker with the dictionary, and you're also going to learn a bunch of other bonus ideas, methods, handlings, and you're going to learn Kaleb Wade's stage mentalism act that he uses this book test with, that he does in all of his shows. So all of that stuff packed right here, right into this book test, and we're going to talk about that right here in this video. Hey everyone, so sorry for the interruption. I just wanted to take a quick minute to thank the newest members of the mob for joining. Thank you guys so much. It's because of you that I'm truly able to keep this channel going. You're going to get early access to videos, you're going to access tutorials, lectures, and even get one-on-one access with me where you can pick my brain about anything that you like. If you guys would like to join them and become a member of the mob, please click the join button, or you can click the membership tab right here on the channel for more information. If you guys would like to see some more awesome magic, please head over to my online magic shop at o'brienmagic.com. And as always, if you enjoy these videos, please go ahead and click the subscribe button and ring the bell so that you'll be notified every time I upload a new video. Thank you so much for the interruption. And now back to the video. All right, so let's go ahead and discuss what exactly it is that you receive in the set. Of course, you're going to receive the Treasure Island book, because after all, this is the Treasure Island book test. But one thing that I really liked about this right off of the bat is the quality of the book itself. Listen to this. That's right, it is a hardcover book. It's a beautiful hardcover book. It's very soft, and the pages are printed on the cream paper as opposed to the bright white paper. The letters and the words are very large and easy to read, and everything just looks really, really good, right? So that is the main bit. This is the gimmick in which just about 90% of the stuff that you're going to do is going to be performed using this, right? The second piece that you're going to receive is going to be your pocket dictionary. Now, there's no gimmick to this, but this is a very specific pocket dictionary that's going to partner with Treasure Island. And basically, Kaleb has developed a way to force some of the information inside of here using Treasure Island, right? So they kind of work together, and there's a really cool reveal you can do with this. Now, keep this in the back of your mind. We're going to get back to this, the pocket dictionary method, later on in the video. But first, I want to talk about some of the stuff inside of here, right? Now, the first method, the main method, is going to be the long word method. Now, right off the bat, people usually complain about the long word methods in any book test for one of two, if not both reasons, right? The first reason is, oh man, I don't want to have to memorize a whole bunch of words, Michael, right? Most of these book tests will make you memorize like 8 or 10 different words. There's actually 18 or 20, I forget off the top of my head, different long words for the spectator to choose from in this book, which is great for the spectator. It's going to feel super fair. They're going to have so many words on so many pages that they could choose from, right? And you can let them take their time and really find a word that they want. They're not going to see a bunch of words repeating on the page or anything like that. So in the spectator's view, it's going to seem super fair. But for the mentalist, the magician, the mind reader, this is going to be a pain in the butt 90% of the time. Now, in that rare instance, you do have a crib, right, where you don't have to memorize anything. It's all just sort of spoon fed to you. And I'm happy to say that this is one of those 10% situations. You are gonna receive a crib in your set as well, and it's a very clever crib. It's basically a sticker that you put onto your marker so that when you're on stage, you have that pad and you're writing and you're asking questions of the spectator, you can just look down at your marker real quick and you already know the answers. Now, you don't have to really memorize anything. Having said that, the more that you do this, you're gonna start to just know what the words are naturally, and little by little, you won't really need the crib anymore, but it will always be there for you just in case you do need it. That's issue number one, right? Issue number two is people say, okay, cool, I got a crib, yeah. But I don't wanna have to like fish for letters and stuff. I don't wanna be like, you're thinking of the letter A, and then they say no, and it's a C, no, D, E, F, G, L, M, N, O, P. Can I buy a vowel, right? You're asking all these questions and they're just saying no, no, no. And it really just feels like you're just asking them about every single letter in the alphabet, right? Don't have to do that with this either. You really don't have to fish for letters. Let me caveat that. You are gonna be fishing for letters, but it's routined in such a way that you kind of already really know the answers before you even start asking any questions, right? So for example, Kaleb's going to teach his alchemy method, which is a way to fish for letters and fish for the amount of letters in a word, but you already know the answers to the question, right? So for example, I'll be like, I'm seeing a letter E. It's somewhere in the word. It's towards the front end of the word. It's actually the second letter in the word. Is that true? And they say yes. And the word that you're thinking of, there's like, I want to say like 12 letters in that word. Is that true? And then they say yes. And you're asking these questions and it feels like in real time you're trying to figure it out. But the truth is you actually already know the answers to this. And then without giving too much away, Kaleb has a very cheeky way of getting the spectator to straight up tell you the word that they're thinking of without realizing it and without the audience realizing it. And again, since you don't have to memorize anything because you have that crib, it's basically self-working. You just ask them this very direct question. They answer the question, and now you know what now you know what the word is that they're thinking of. It really is that quick, and it really is that easy, right? But that's the long word method, right? 2 methods left to go. The second one is going to be your tossed out book test. Now this is just like a tossed out deck, only instead of using a deck, you're going to use your Treasure Island book, toss it out into the audience, and you're going to tell the spectator to just flick open to any page that they want, look at the last word on the page, memorize the word, and then close the book. And then they're going to take the book and they're going to pass it to another spectator who's going to do the same thing, and then another spectator, and so on and so forth, until you have 5 different spectators all thinking of words. You're going to have them all stand up. They're going to close their eyes. They're going to imagine the word that they're thinking of. And one at a time, you're going to tell the spectators which words it is that they're thinking of. Now, this is classic tossed out book, tossed out deck stuff. But what Kaleb has done is he's actually added an extra bit, which I think is super fun and super clever. Basically, an interaction with a heckler. It's sort of scripted, right? It seems like someone's heckling you in real time, but you were able to figure out that they were heckling you, and not only tell them the heckle word, which could be like a dirty word or a naughty word, or you could say the word if you want to, or you could be like, the word's a little too naughty for me to reveal, so I'm not going to. I'm just gonna say that it starts with the letter P and ends with an S, and it's the male body part. You guys can fill in the blanks, right? Or whatever, right? Depending on your audience, you can be as, cheeky with it as you want to. And then you can say, but the actual word that you were thinking of was no, right? Like K-N-O-W or whatever, right? And you can tell them the actual word that they were thinking of, and it's all scripted into the act to make it seem like one of the audience members is trying to throw you off, which I think is super cool, and I'm 100% going to be using that presentation. You don't have to, but it's there if you want to, and I think it's just it's so brilliant. It's like those little things that add realism to your act, right? Like, of course, someone's going to try to heckle you while you're trying to figure out their word, right? And then you can say, if I got your word, including the one of you that was trying to throw me off by thinking of the naughty word, you can open your eyes and have a seat, and all 5 spectators are going to sit down, right? And it's really going to seem super fair. No fishing, no guessing. You don't have to ask a single question. You just name the words. Boom, 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 boom. And it really is that quick and that easy, right? That's the tossed out method. Now, the third method is going to be your dictionary method, right? It's going to use this little guy. So again, you're going to have them flick the book open to any page that they want. And then they're gonna look at, not the last word on the page, but they're actually gonna look at the first word on the page, right? They're gonna look at the first word and memorize it. Now, one thing that I haven't really mentioned about this yet is that the cool thing about all of these methods is that they are completely hands-off. So there's not gonna be any moment where you're holding the book, flicking through, having them say stop, having to peek at anything, or having them stop at a specific page that you need them to stop at or anything. It's completely hands-off. You're gonna hand them the book for all of these methods, right? So they'll flick through, they'll stop, they'll look at the first word on the page and close the book. And then you're gonna start to try to read their mind, right? You're gonna be writing something down, and then you're gonna say, okay, what word was it that you're thinking of? They're gonna reveal the word, and then you're gonna reveal what you wrote, but you didn't actually write a word. Instead, what you wrote is a series of numbers, right? Like it might be like 460103, for example, right? And so what you're gonna do is you're gonna produce this pocket dictionary, and you're gonna say, actually, I think I might be onto something here. Go ahead and take the dictionary. Again, it's hands off. You're gonna let them do this. What did I write? 46. So go ahead and open to page 46, right? So they're gonna open to page 46. And I'm just making this up. I forget what the actual word is, right? I'm just making this up for the review right now. But they're gonna open to page 46, right? So now they're there on page 46. And you're gonna say 01, that's column 1, right? Because there's 2 columns here. And 03, that's gonna be the third entry down. So go ahead and look at the third entry down. In this case, it is cascade. And you're gonna ask them, what word was it that you're thinking of? They're gonna say cascade. What word is it that's in that position in the dictionary? They're gonna say cascade, and boom, you've just blown their mind with this incredible piece of magic using a completely ungimmicked dictionary and your Treasure Island book. Like I said, these go beautifully together. A lot of really cool stuff that you can do with this. And you don't even have to use the dictionary book if you don't want to, right? This is sort of like an extra add-on thing. Like for me, the cool thing about this is that you can have this, if I can open my pocket there you go. You can have this in your pocket. So you're doing your whole presentation with this, and then you go, that's a number. That's not even really a word. Hold on. I think I have something here. And then here, we have a pocket dictionary, and you're just gonna whip this out, and you're just gonna hand it to the spectator. Open to the page, go to the column, go to the word on that column. Does it match? And you're gonna get a really cool matching effect, right? So that there is just a few things that you're gonna learn. Those are the main 3 methods that are included. And on top of all of that, you're gonna learn a bunch of other stuff. Like I said, you're gonna learn that heckler bit with the tossed out book. You're gonna learn Kaleb's alchemy method, which is a way to fish for information that you already know the answer to. So it makes it look like in real time you're trying to figure out the words that they're thinking of. And you're gonna learn Kaleb's stage mentalism act, where he uses this book test in all of his gigs that he does, all of his scripting, the way that he has everything organized. He's basically gonna give it all to you. And the way that you're gonna learn all of this stuff is he's going to give you a digital PDF tutorial. So everything is in written format. But I think for this, it's totally fine to have everything written down because the methods are so easy. Once you look through the book and you follow along the PDF and you understand how everything is set up, it's gonna be so easy for you to do this, right? If you have a favorite crib that you like to use, you can set up your crib however you want to, or you can use the one that's given to you and just stick it on your marker and you're ready to go, right? So that there is Kaleb Wade's Treasure Island book test, right? Again, link in the description below for you guys if you'd like to check this out. Please do so. Please let Kaleb know that you saw his book test right here at O'Brien Magic on YouTube, and let me know what you think. Do you have a favorite book test that you like to perform? Do you have a favorite book test method? What is your favorite book test? Do you own this? What do you think about this Treasure Island book test if you do own it? And if you don't, which bit is it that you're looking the most forward to? Anyway, again, I'm Michael O'Brien. I'll see you guys in the next review. Take care.